You're such an asshole.
Will I get all my work done before I have to go out to South Dakota? Will our hero get all of his work done before he has to go out to South Dakota? Will he escape the hordes of women that want him to stay and please them sexually? Tune in to the next exciting episode of Claryman. Or you can just go to assholeconsulting.com. Send me your money. Send me your questions. Don't be a typical millennial cunt. And then, I got a question. What do you mean you're going to charge me for it? Can't you let it go this one time, man? No, fuck you. Actually, I charge people who live at home, typically millennials, but next generation, who Lord knows what we're going to call them. Yeah, if you live at home and you dare ask me, when you have everything fucking paid for, you dare ask me to give you a cut, give you a break, your price is double because you're a spoiled little brat. But this isn't a spoiled little brat, this is a real man. Hi, Cappy, my name is Will, and I have been troubled by what I want to study. I'm 18 years old. I'm currently applying to my local community college, which is widely considered to be a pretty good school. After a year, I will be transferring to George Mason University since I have a lot of friends there. To further give you an idea of who I am, I can tell you that I live in the liberal breeding ground in the rich suburbs. My stepdad is willing to pay for my college. That's a hell of a nice guy to marry your mom. Yeah, that's a huge thing for him. And then for him to pay your way through college, man, you got a good stepdad there. I'd be giving him Father's Day cards. Willing to pay for my way through college, but at the same time, I work for it since he owns a business that I've been working at since I was 12 years old. This sounds like a cool dude, man. I came to the U.S. from Mexico then. Given this, I know for a fact that I have more experience than the average dipshit millennial, and I can find a job. Well, no, you're wrong there. Let me tell you why you're wrong. You got a job working for your stepdad. That's called nepotism, right? Now, you didn't do that, no fault of your own. Don't think you could just go out there and get a job because you want to. That doesn't work that way. Your generation is ruining your chances. You could be the great. This is what happened to me back in the olden days. I was hard work. I was way harder working when I was 18. Way more willing to be loyal. But if you go back to when I was 18, Gen X was like, yeah, man, Kurt Cobain. Well, I want to wear mascara on my eyes even though I'm a guy and wear fishnets on my arms. We were pretty fucking tarded back then. So don't think you can just go get a job. It's very unlikely to happen. Like that, anyway. Now, my question is, should I study economics or cybersecurity? Cybersecurity! Now, you're going to keep going on, but I'm going to explain to you. Now, I will give you the case for either choice. Before you tell me that I shouldn't major in economics, don't major in economics. I want you to consider that I have experience and I'm very confident. Doesn't matter. You have experience that is not going to be relevant, and I don't care how confident you are. I was way more confident than you were, and I had a college degree under my belt. You will not make it in economics. So I can get what I want from an employer. No, you can't. I expect myself to be able to get a job at a bank in Mexico since I have the skills that not everyone, such as English and managerial experience. But your managerial experience won't count for shit. Look, I know you may have that experience. I had experience chasing down bad guys and dealing with crying women and rape and all that. That doesn't matter. You want to know why? Because I wasn't 35. Because I was 19 at the time. Because I was 20. All right? Employers don't care about that. Especially if you were like 13. It doesn't count. It doesn't. I mean, I know. You have the. I know. But it doesn't count on your resume. They're not going to care. Okay? So that's what you're going to be doing afterwards. That this stuff is actually going to come in. Now, you speaking, being bilingual, that'll help you. And I think I like your idea of going to Mexico to get a job. But they're not going to make you a manager fresh out of college. I highly doubt it. You're going to have to go through like everybody else, start as a teller, work your way up, learn the ropes, and then maybe you'd be an assistant banker. Maybe you start as an underwriter. Maybe. But you're not going to go walking in there slinging your dick, hey, look at me, I'm bilingual and I got a fucking degree and work experience before I was 18. They're going to think you're lying. That's the honest truth. They say, who the fuck are you? Oh yeah, sure, you worked for your dad. Again, it's not your fault. You could have had all the real world experience in the world. It's that you are from the millennial generation and that taints your entire experience. Nobody trusted a Gen Xer back when they were 20. No one's going to trust a millennial today because you're 20. Unless you went off to the military and got your ass shot off. Then maybe. Then maybe like, oh, hey, this is a little bit more serious over here. But you working for your dad or me working for security, doesn't matter how real the experiences were. It all happened under the age of 20, so it doesn't count. Finally, George Mason University teaches Austrian economics. I guarantee you the bankers in Mexico don't know the difference. The bankers here don't know the difference. Our central fucking bankers here at the Federal Reserve don't know the fucking difference. The other option is cybersecurity. I've already participated in an event sponsored by Northrop Grumman in high school, which means I have some experience. No, you participated in one event. That doesn't make you an engineer. It doesn't bother me much. And again, George Mason is in the top 5 programs in the nation. Finally, if I do go down this road, I will open a business soon after I graduate with a friend who's already in the field. Why do you have to go to college then? Why not just self-study? Why waste your time going to school? 2 years prerequisites. I hope this wasn't too painful to read. Please beat my ass with all of your hate. I have no hate for you. Because you're idealistic and your mind's on the right track. You overestimate the meritocracy, the fairness, and the capacity and the ability for excellence in this country. You are way too optimistic. I know you are certainly probably better than average millennial. You work harder. You have more experience. You have an idealistic idea of how this world works once you get out of college. All right? Well, I'm just going to go here in Mexico and, hey, suck my dick, give me a job. It's not going to be like that, dude. It is not. All right? So your friend who's already in the field, you guys want to start a business, why don't you guys start that business or talk about that a little bit? Because usually you'll find out these ideas fizzle out like that. And they're like, oh, well, maybe I should have just gone to college. So here's what I recommend. You're not going to go to school for economics. It's a worthless fucking degree. The only way I could consider that is if you went down to Mexico and interned maybe for a summer and got your feet wet. And that might be an idea. That might be a pretty cool idea. That'd be a really cool drive, too, unless you got shot by the drug lords. But I think that'd be kind of neat if you have some contacts down in Mexico. See if you can't get yourself a fucking banker job down there. And what I recommend you do is you study, well, cybersecurity, that's more certifications. You're not going to need to go to school for that. But if you want to go to a 4-year college, you can go to George Mason. You can major maybe in computer science or something. I would then minor in economics or finance and learn a little bit about that. Frankly, I'd minor in finance because at least you're going to learn a skill there, how to read a financial statement. Economics is all philosophy and bullshit. And you'll learn more about economics in taking in podcasts and reading books and audiobooks than you will taking classes in college. I just skip all your college classes. I know they teach Austrian economics. Maybe it'd be worth it over at George Mason. But unless it's Alabama or George Mason, I'd almost skip and just go to Mises.org and consume all their shit. You'll learn about, read Murray Rothbard, read Hayek. You'll learn quickly. So then you have a little bit of skills, a little bit of something, and then you go down to Mexico. Then you'll work your shitty ass job. Then you say, oh my God, Aaron was right. He knew what the fuck he was talking about. Or you'll prove me wrong, which would be awesome. You say, holy shit, this is the most amazing fun thing. And then they'll say, yeah, we're going to give you a job when you get your degree. Then, all right, okay, fine. Then you go and you major in finance. What was I? But right now, no, dude. I would go computer science, specializing in cybersecurity. I would also look into what it takes to get into cybersecurity. You don't need to go to college to get your degree. It's all certification. So what you need to do is you need to grab a bunch of routers, go back home, and become a hacker and a specialist. That's what you need to do. That's a lengthy journey on top of it unto itself. So the computer science degree will help, but you wrenching in a basement and trying to hack it. Like I had a buddy, he did hack into a police department. I won't mention which. And he wasn't going to steal files or nothing. He just wanted to get free internet. And so he went home and he made a satellite dish. And he pilfered the free internet because he didn't want to, how about the library, huh? Could you pilfer the library? What are you going to, he's very logically thinking. It's right there. I can get it. I'm like, oh God, Jesus. So you got to become that guy. And then you get certifications in cybersecurity, not necessarily a degree. But yeah, here's what you can do this summer. Try and find a job that isn't your stepdad. See how well that goes. See if you can just walk into a bank and become a teller. See how that works out for you. But that's what I would recommend. I would not recommend economics. And on top of it, if you want to get into banking, you don't do economics. You do finance and accounting. That's what you do. Economics is reserved for rich people who want to lie to other rich people that we should spend more government money. That's really what economic is. Just ask Robert Reich and Paul Krugman. That's what they do for a living. They lie. and manifest figures to tell people what they want to hear. That's their job. If they're honest about that's what their job is. If you want to be a true economist in the Adam Smith sort of way, then yeah, hang out with the Austrians. But again, you don't need to go to school and take classes in economics to become an Austrian economist. You just need to read. So, and we hope that helps out. Best of luck to you. Toodles.